this is Anna E. Salas of Patreon Sage. Welcome to my channel. This is another what will be a quick video. I have a new deck of cards that I want to share with you, and I also want to show you because when you watch my videos, you'll see that the cards have been pre-shuffled and laid out, and I want to make sure that you all appreciate how I am doing the readings and how the cards come out. So this is my full Brian Froud Fairy Oracles deck, and these are cards that I recently used in a reading. And there are a couple things that I think you probably have noticed already. I don't read reversals, and I'll explain why in a minute. And if a card comes out reversed, I will turn it around because I'm doing work and I'm reading for the Twin Flame in the Sacred Union community. And you guys are all pretty aware, conscious, and awake people. And at this point, reversals are probably not something that you're going to be dealing with necessarily on a small scale level, which is how reversals show up in the tarot. I'll probably do another video on that. But anyway, here we go. So here's my full deck. Here are cards that I've used. And I want to show you how I return cards that I've used. Okay, I sort of slide them into the deck, find a space for them to go, and I take them out of the order in which they appeared in the reading. So I make sure things are moved around quite a bit. I think it's important to have a clean slate when we're working with current energies or when we're working with any energies at all. If any of you are doing energy work or subtle energy work for yourself or on clients, you know how important it is to keep your energy field clean, and that you're doing hygiene after every session to clear the energy. So we do the same thing, or at least I do, with cards. Okay, and for me it's a simple process. It's not super complicated, but I begin by doing this because then when I do shuffle, and I'm going to show you how challenging shuffling is for me because I have tiny hands, very small hands. And I do put the cards upright in the deck. And then I keep them upright as I'm shuffling, or I try to do that. Sometimes I mess that up. Okay, so now you can see how these cards have been put back into the deck. And now what I'll do is I will just do a quick, immediate shuffle. So this is what I'm doing before a reading that you don't get to see me do. And then I will do a cut. And then I will hold the cards in my hand. And I will just intend a beautiful clearing of any of the energies that have appeared before that are not appropriate to carry forward into a new reading. Okay, now from here I'll go like this. Go like this, and things pop out, as you can see, right? And when they pop out, if I were doing a reading, I would say, okay, you guys, the fairies have brought you into the reading. Let's take a look. And here we have just a few cards that came out. And I'm not planning on doing a reading right now with these cards, but this is an interesting selection of cards. And I could probably do a fairly quick reading on just these 6 cards. I am going to put these back in the deck. They weren't involved in any of the other readings I've done recently, so that's good. That's a signal to me from the fairies that they have heard that I have requested that we clear the energy from other readings, right? And I'll do a few more shuffles like this. Now here's one that would have flipped out. okay? But we're not doing a reading. All right, now what will happen is when I'm doing a meditation on a sacred union reading, the cards really do at this point know that I have certain cards that reflect 0 point energy. So this card is at the bottom of the deck, and if it showed up for me in a shuffle and in a reading, I would very likely use that, because I know that the cards are telling me there's been a timeline change and that I should share that in a union reading. Okay, so that's how I do it, and I will do another shuffle so you can see. This is what I'm doing, and I'm allowing the cards to fall out and share with me what's going on in the current energy. And it takes quite a while to do it this way. And I use quite a number of different decks because Sacred Union is a complex journey. And yeah. All right, I would give these one more really good shuffle before I put them away. Okay, now that's also true. I'll show you a similar situation with this deck. I put the cards back in. Now what's been happening because of the way that energies are flowing and the way timelines are merging is that cards are coming out in succession in several different readings because they are representative of really important and significant current energies that we need to be aware of are still in the energy mix of whatever we're dealing with on a personal level or as a collective. So you can see how I've put these cards in here now, right? So again, the first thing I will do will be a quick shuffle. Okay, and then I'll hold the cards and energetically send the intention into these cards that the energy be cleared of anything that would not be a current energy or an important, significant energy for the collective to know about, because most of the time I'm doing general readings. Now, if I'm doing a specific reading for you, there's a different process. Okay, then I will do a shuffle like this, another shuffle like this. Then I will cut the cards again, and then just for fun I might do, you know, a shuffle that goes like this, because I think these are good shuffles. This is really interesting, and sometimes you see like that's a card that wants to come out, and that's an easy way for me to know that. So here's a card that would come out, and it would be part of what I would use in a reading. So I wanted to show you how this works for me, because it takes me quite a while to set up my readings because I do it this way and because I am using several different decks. And I have a, you know, sometimes I'm just reading jazz freestyle, sometimes things are structured. And then I will ask, for instance, if I were working with this deck again, I would do even another cut and another shuffle, just to get things really mixed up well here. Now here's one that wanted to hop out, right? So if I were going to be organizing a reading here, that would be a card that I would use for the reading. Now what I find with this is that when the cards don't have anything to really contribute to a reading, they don't. Nothing comes out. It's really beautiful how responsible and accountable they are to the shared energies that we have. So then I would put this deck away. And that's how I do it. So for those of you who are looking at my long, involved readings, you see how that works. Now I wanted to show you that with this new deck, I could do a very simple 3-card reading for someone, for an individual. And this is the Dreaming Way deck, and just doing a very similar new deck shuffle and clearing of energies, brand new deck. What came out, Knight of Wands, 6 of Cups, 9 of Cups, clarified by the Fool, clarified by the Empress. So if I were doing a personal, very simple 6-card or 5 or 6 card reading for you, I would take this, I'd say the Knight of Wands. This is an offer of new passionate energy coming in. And the Knight of Wands has an interpretation as being a kind of an in and out character. It's a fire that comes and goes, stops and starts, doesn't stay, not a steady burn. So this is information we might want to have about someone coming into our life, or about an energy coming into our life. Now here we have the 6 of Cups. So here, this is information about genuine love offer, a real recognition of someone that you know well and care for deeply. And this is aligned with the Knight of Wands. So this person may be in a state where they're feeling the magnetic draw to connect with someone from the past that they know well. Could be a past in this lifetime, could be a past lifetime. Okay. Now this Knight of Wands, for me, is looking over his shoulder. He's not feeling particularly confident or safe. That's what I think. And so if I were reading for you, I would say there's probably someone coming in with an offer that seems pretty energized, and there may be a lot of initial passion in it, but it may be superficial. And it may just be a way of connecting with you in a superficial way, just from a past sense of having known you or admired you, or just being curious about you. And maybe it's an opening for something new to happen in your personal life. And then here we have the 9 of Cups. So there's a potential here for the 6 of Cups to expand into a 9 of Cups dynamic, but still leaving this person. Look at the attitude of this person. This is a single person, and while they have 9 cups, it looks like they've all been drunk, and there's not that much energy of a sense of emotional fulfillment here. So this could also be someone who has a situation in their life where maybe they're working through a blockage in emotional fulfillment, or this could be someone who's coming in with a quick, fast energy or recognition, maybe wanting to get something started, but then ending up in the position of, I can't offer emotional fulfillment. I'm not in a place of emotional fulfillment myself, although I'm solitary and I have got lots of abundance around me. And this can also be the indication of someone who may be in their cups. They may be overindulging, and they could have some codependency or addiction issues. And that would be a very simple way of looking at what's in the current energies around the person. And then we would look for clarification from the major arcana. So the question is, the energies here of the Fool and of the Empress. So the Fool is the beginning of the new cycle. Maybe, we're asking ourselves in this reading, when this energy shows up, am I going to go towards it? That's a good question to ask and answer, and so we get clarification on that. And then we have the Empress out. Now this is a very, very wise card. So to come out with the Fool and the Empress, for me, indicates a beautiful arc of maturity, and yet also a freedom to take a journey into something new and unknown and unfamiliar. But having the energy of the Empress behind you, so that when you jump off the cliff, the Empress will be your parachute. And when you land, you'll be in something solid, or something desirable, or something you can work with the natural elements, because the Empress she has a relationship, a conscious relationship with air, earth, water, and fire. So for a simple reading, this could be, this is an opportunity, person, place, situation that will present itself to you. And this could be just an inner dynamic that bumps up against you in your own personal journey inside. It doesn't even have to be another person. And then you decide with your skills and the level of awakening that you're at, I'm going to look at this information from an unbiased, unjudgmental place. That's the Fool. But I'm also going to look at this person, place, or opportunity with wisdom and with deep insight and understanding, so that I can make a conscious choice about how I want to co-create with this person, place, or opportunity, or whether that's appropriate for me or whether it isn't. So that's a really quick read. I wanted you to know that I can do the quick readings. I like to go deep because with Sacred Union we're in such deep dynamics. But this is just a simple little reading that could be clarified with some other cards. So I thought I'd take a moment to share that with you, and this is by way of sharing how I approach my work, not only as the card reading I do for fun. And I also wanted to take this opportunity to invite you to join me on my Patreon page. I am forming a dream yoga group. And in that dream yoga group, there are many things that we can do in a group like that to enhance our capacity to remember and interpret our own dreams, and also to learn from being presented with other people's dreams and taking a deep listening exercise into how does this information as a dream resonate within me, and what am I aware of, and how can I share that awareness in a way that offers something to another person but doesn't say this is what your dream means. Okay, so if you're interested in that, just jump on my Patreon page. I'm trying to get that at $5 a month, which we would do a dream yoga session once a week for 30 minutes. And in that you would be welcome to bring a dream, and then I could listen to the dreams and I could choose which one we would going to work with for that session. Or we might get to work with 3 dreams, depending on how many people show up. So I wanted to invite you to that. My link to my Patreon page is in the description below. And I look forward to seeing you over on Patreon. And it is a reminder that my extended readings are also available. All of my general readings that on YouTube that I put on YouTube are free. But I have extended readings, and those I put on my Vimeo channel, and there's an additional per read a fee for those extended readings because they go very deep and I take quite a bit of time. When you become a Patreon patron on my page at $10 a month, you would of course continue to have all the access to the intuitive readings I do on YouTube for free. However, as at the $10 a level, patron level for Sacred Union, you would get access to all of the extendeds that I will do in any given month. I never know how many those are going to be, but it's probably going to be more than 2. So if it's more than 2, you've already saved yourself $7 by coming in as a patron at the $10 a month level. Okay, so there you go. That's it for me for right now. I'm going to continue doing these little short videos for you. I hope you enjoy them and that they resonate and that you get something out of them. So please let me know by liking, sharing, and leaving a comment. Okay, over to you. Bye.